entertainment nerd. Let's go.
Hello and welcome, you beautiful nerds, to the Saturday show of Entertainment Nerd News. I, for tonight, am Little Bunny Mocha, one of your lovely hosts, and as always, I am joined by the fabulous
Astoria Crew with the Entertainment News shirt. Oh yeah. Gotta represent.
You got just... what I need.
Oh, there he is.
Hi!
Hey, what's up, Adrian?
Welcome.
What's up, man?
It's been forever, guys.
How happy some people are going to be about this, but the Switch
OLED, it is currently sold out.
So people are going to have a hard time getting their hands on this. And really, I don't know, like, other than the OLED screen, how different is it from?
From what I've seen, it's going to be in handheld mode. It's going to be 720p, which Nintendo and their underpowered consoles. You get the new 7-inch OLED screen. I guess all Joy-Cons will be backwards compatible. Games will be backwards compatible. There's going to be a new dock with built-in wireless LAN. So that's interesting. Jarrell's not yet. That's coming out in October, but sold out already.
Yes. So, honestly, I think the burning question, and I think, that's going to be a big thing for reviewers is it
how
worth it?
How are you going to get one?
Oh, I don't care about is it worth it? Like, my whole thing is, you get this all the time where companies will reinvent a handheld system or a console in hopes that people will find, and I'm not knocking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock Nintendo, but what they did with the Nintendo 2DS instead of 3DS, that was like a slight downgrade. It was basically cut down from the open clamshell to like one piece. Exactly. Like I get what they were trying to do. You didn't have to, toggle down if you didn't want the 3D aspect, but it was no longer had the same portability.
No. And
it just didn't have the functionality as the other ones. So it's like my burning question is it worth it? Tell me why I should spend my money on it.
And also an update to the Nintendo Switch OLED. I just read online that Nintendo dropped $50. It was $299, but still sold out.
So it's $250 now.
No. The retail was $349. Now it's $300.
Gotcha.
But like I said, still sold out. And there were two versions. There was an all white. There was a white with white Joy-Cons. That sold out instantaneously. And there was the other one, which was blue and red, like the other Switch. But
Jarrell, I would agree. Like next generation consoles in general are becoming like prize items. Like if you got one, you got one.
Oh, good Lord.
We're not doing it. We're not doing that.
No.
But anyway, I think it's almost getting to the point where you flex with your consoles. Be like, oh yeah, did you get the? Yeah, I got.
Did you get that? I got it right here.
I got the Switch. I got the Xbox. I got all this, and it's like,
really,
like.
Yeah. Oh, and this.
I can see, if it's something, like it's a really good upgrade.
But it's not the Switch Pro. That's the downside. It's not the Switch Pro that everyone was hoping for. So,
But and again, Nintendo is kind of, they do that, oftentimes where people are like expecting the obvious next step, and it's not happening at all.
Yeah.
So it's
just a slight upgrade. It's a completely new screen, which they copied from Sony.
Nintendo copy shit? Nah.
Oh, the Vita did it.
No.
Of course they did. Duh.
No.
But I thought
they did take a page out of Sony's book with the Vita that came out. And
Nintendo are innovators. What are you talking about? Shut your poor mouth over here.
Hey.
We just talking about Nintendo.
Yeah. Too late. Hey, Nintendo, if you're listening, sorry, not sorry. So guys, recently, a highly graded Super Mario 64. The grade was 9.4, and sold for $1.5 million. Insane.
Okay.
Insane.
So, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel the same way about other collectibles and comics as well.
Mm-hmm.
Why pay that much money for something you're never going to use and enjoy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. I know people do that. You know, they collect cars and they sit, in their garage and they admire them, and I get that. But to me personally, like, I buy a figure, that shit is out of the box, so I can have it on my shelf. And occasionally, when the mood hits me, I can bring it down and I can play with my action figures on my desk. And be like,
or if you're really balling, you buy two, right? One comes out of the box and one stays in.
No, I'm not. Look,
buy a loose copy for like maybe $20 and call it a day.
No, I can never find anything. I don't have that kind of luck where I can find like the cheap, like, crappy ones, but I don't want the cheap crappy ones. I want the one with all the accessories and all the hairbrushes and the little gadget toys and shoes and brushes and squirrels and scooters. Spanish News talked about while you're sharing a picture of what the fuck is LOZ?
Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda.
We're gonna get to that right after this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, good for them that they have $1.5 million to spend on a fucking video game. But...
I know who has that kind of money to buy a freaking sealed N64 game.
I mean, I know there's a ton of people who have that money, but
Jeff Bezos, he's a multi-billionaire, so he can afford where the hell he wants.
Elon Musk.
I think it's. I don't. I
Bill
think
Gates.
It's not who has the money; it's why would you spend that kind of money. I mean.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I completely agree with you.
All right. So.
Next is
short-lived record.
Speaking of, this segues to Legend of Zelda.
Yes, it does. It segues perfectly because we've got one game that's went for like a fucking record shit ton of money to another record.
Yeah,
just slightly not as great.
Yeah. So a sealed copy of Legend of Zelda sold over $100,000. 4 days before this world record breaking sale of another Nintendo game. It's crazy.
So now can we appreciate how shitty they must feel knowing that their game sold for $100,000 and somebody else's sold for $1.5 million?
Yeah.
Straight flex.
Straight piss. I'd be like,
hey, what the hell?
What the fuck? Legend of Zelda. What the fuck? Legend of Zelda is fucking gold. How did it not make more money than Mario?
Yo,
I don't know. No idea.
Throat goat. Yeah, I know.
It's kind of...
He did not just say that.
I just saw Adrian's face. He was like, inside. He's like.
I was gonna say, like, now they know how James Cameron felt with Endgame, right?
Ouch!
Sitting high on there with the top 3 movies in the history of history, and then Marvel comes in, and Disney comes in, and is like, "Fuck you!"
Be like, hold up, move,
wait
bitch, get out of the way. Wait a minute. Let me show you how it's done.
Wait a minute.
This is how the big kids play. You know what? Look.
There it is.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want one. I have been I cannot. Yeah, of course.
I pre-ordered one, of course.
I cannot get to reserve one. Like, I've been having such a problem with my fucking Steam account trying to get into at least do a reserve, and it won't let me.
Nothing.
But the fact that I can plug in the peripheral into a fucking keyboard.
Oh, Shawna, that's that new car, right? That's like the 2020 model, isn't it? The peripheral?
No.
No, the actual.
You can handheld device.
You can put the device in any kind of deck.
Yeah.
I honestly like the big thing for me is the fact that you can use this as a desktop.
Oh, really?
You can install Windows 10 to it. Yeah.
Right, and you could. I mean, in theory, because it's a Linux-based system, you could, in theory, wipe the operating system and install your own operating system if you wanted to. But as is, putting it in a docking station, you can use it as a desktop computer. Mm-hmm. And because it's a Steam, everything's linked up with Steam, it has the save feature. So you could have your game going on handheld mode, save it, and then resume it
and go back to
desktop mode. Yeah,
this sounds like this would be like nerdgasmic for streamers.
Yeah. So should we move on?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Let's. So yeah, this guys. For those that watch Lovecraft Country, yep. It's been canceled, guys. I know everyone was hoping for a second season, but
are we surprised though? I think it was probably one of those. It was one of those shows that probably made people think a little bit too much, a little too hard, and people didn't want to be. Right. They didn't want to think. They wanted to be entertained.
Do we blame the TVA?
You know what? Fuck. I got my own thoughts with the TVA.
Even though like they brought in like 10 million viewers with just one season, and they have Emmy nominations. Talking about Mr. Washington, they still couldn't hold down this show on HBO. But also, it's not the only one. There's 9 other shows that got cut also.
Yeah.
So the question now is, what's actually happening in the industry? What is happening?
Right. Is there a reason that they're canceling? I mean, like you said, 10 million viewers. That's nothing to sneeze about.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. So, what is it about the show and the others?
Yeah.
Did they just pick shows at random? Was there a rhyme or reason? What happened? And will we, as viewers, ever really know? Moving on, we all know. And I don't care who you are. Deep down, you watched the show at least once or twice. And if you say you've never watched it, you're a fucking liar.
Yep.
We're talking about Cribs?
We are talking about Cribs.
Of course I saw that.
Cribs.
I saw all the seasons.
And I will never, ever not love the ones where you get the fucking low-key rapper who is like, welcome to my crib. And it's like...
motherfucker, you lying.
They're like a ghetto-ass apartment. And I'm like, yes! Yes!
Redman.
Oh, Redman. That's the episode I remember. Yeah, I remember Redman.
That was the greatest thing ever. They're like, this is where the magic happens. It's like Walmart bed sheets, and I'm like,
no, Redman. That episode
fantastic.
was the most ghetto.
But it was perfect because he's doing everything like everybody else did. Yeah. Trying to act like he's baller, but he's so at the time, he was like a huge in demand rapper, but he's just sitting there chilling, and it was like, he's like the drug dealer that you hang out on a Saturday night with, and it's like, 2 weeks before you watched, Ted Nugent go on his fucking compound with 10 million acres, and it's like, what the shit? How does this happen? Yes, it's like the I want to say a fancy $4 word, but I can't because wine. But it's just seeing those two together.
It's like night and day.
It was bliss. It really was bliss because
there it is.
It is such
so many memories.
It was just such a show. It was like lifestyles and the rich and the famous, for that generation.
You know, for me, it was like come home on a Friday night, you know, get ready to bump uglies, and it was like the Office version of like background noise. Just put MP3s on, you know, fucking
like Pimp My Ride.
Yeah,
that was another one.
Exactly. Just like, you know, doing your thing, you know, and just this was playing in the background, and then afterwards you kind of just
can't with you. Can't with you.
You kind of just chill, you know.
You know. I'm not gonna lie.
Speaking of clapping, go over to Medium, please. Plug.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Plugged?
Wait, what?
Clapping on Medium. You okay? I don't remember that.
Oh no.
Sorry.
I don't remember.
Likes on Medium are called claps. Go over to Medium to support us.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Get that clapping.
Clap them cheeks.
Okay. Okay. We're talking about clapping, but she's talking about. Okay, I got you.
Oh god.
You can do this.
Oh man.
Oh good lord.
All right then.
What's next on our list?
They're coming.
Damn
back.
it, Ernie.
Good screaming, everybody.
Shit.